can't say. I've got to go somewhere. Jumping at every footstep. I don't know where I'll go. 3.5 years of walking with Jesus. I don't know anything else. Except fishing. Even that seems insignificant now. I still remember the first time I met Jesus. We had just come in from fishing all night. We were exhausted, hadn't caught anything. We started to clean our nets. Jesus got into our boat and asked us to push out into the water. And he sat down there and he taught the people from there. And when he was done teaching, he had the gall to tell us to push out further and lower our nets. I couldn't believe it. We had just gotten them cleaned. We were exhausted. We were ready to go home. But I did it anyway. We caught so many fish that the nets started to break. We had to call the other boat over, and both of the boats almost sank from the weight. I fell down on my knees and said, "Depart from me, I'm a wicked sinner." Jesus touched me on the shoulder. He said, "Do not be afraid. From now on, you'll be fishing for men." Guess he got a 3-for-1 deal that time, huh, James, John? Yeah. Sons of thunder, he called us. Big fishermen. We've been through a lot together. Still remember when he took the 3 of us up to the high mountain. We saw him talking with Moses and Elijah. And on our way down, he told us, "Don't tell anyone until he had risen from the dead." Or remember the time that he slept through the storm on the lake? I had never been through a storm like that. I thought we were all going to die. I had lost sight of land even before the storm rolled in, and he just slept. And one of you, Levi, I think it was you went over and you woke him up. You walked to the edge of the boat and said, "Silence! Be still!" Instantly, it's peaceful again. He just turned to us and said, "Why are you afraid? Do you still have so little faith?" The wind and the waves obeyed it. The fig tree, remember, that one obeyed it. Seems like everything in nature obeyed it. Faith. How many times did he talk to us about faith? sometimes. Every day I think, the demon-possessed boy, when he came to us walking during the storm on the Sea of Galilee. And the centurion asked for healing for a subordinate. He talked about his purpose almost as much. I'll never forget the day I met him. I was sitting in my tax collector's booth. He didn't come up and start a conversation. He didn't introduce himself. He just said, "Levi, come and follow me." I left everything to follow him. Later, I threw a banquet at my house, and Jesus was there as the guest of honor. There were other tax collectors there. And there were some Pharisees there. "Why do you eat with such scum?" It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. I did not come for those who think they are righteous, but for those who know they are sinners. His purpose. Do not misunderstand. I have not come to abolish the law of Moses or the prophets. I have come to fulfill their purpose. After Jesus was arrested, I went to the temple. There were some elders there talking. Judas went to them and offered to betray Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. While I was there, Judas came in. None of them saw me. He was frantic. I couldn't make out what he was saying. A couple minutes later, somebody came in and told them all that Jesus had been crucified. Judas screamed, he threw down his money and ran out. Coins went everywhere. The elders picked up the coins and walked out talking. I couldn't believe he had been crucified. Suddenly I heard some commotion outside. I went out, and it was completely dark in the middle of the day. I heard something rip behind me, and I turned, and the veil separating the Holy of Holies had ripped from top to bottom. I stood there just staring. I had never seen that room. Never thought I would see it and live. It's Thaddeus. Thaddeus, why are you running? What's wrong? Judas, who cares about Judas? I know he was paid. He still shouldn't have done it. Dead? What happened? Killed himself? I feel like that's what Jesus did. He wouldn't say a word during his trial. Now they told me I would betray him 3 times. After I'd done that, I couldn't bring myself to follow him into the doghouse. John, you were there with Mary, weren't you? What happened?
Dear woman, here is your son. And John, here is your mother.
I don't know why the ladies went down to the tomb this morning. Why did you let them go? Nothing happens to them. It's Mary and Martha. Let them in. Wait, stop. Why are you running? What's wrong? Slow down. What happened? His body's gone. 2 men? What did they say?
Why are you looking among the dead for someone who is alive? He isn't here. He is risen from the dead.
Alive?
I know, he told you that.
He's alive!